Welcome to LLM Fun Series, made by gogo-gpt.com, gogo-gpt, the ultimate chat desktop client for Windows. Today, we're going to ask language models, LLMs, 3 fun questions. We all know that GPT is great with language and can chat with you about almost anything, since it's trained on tons of books and internet content. It's kind of like a living encyclopedia. But keep in mind, it can make mistakes, and its math skills aren't the best. This shows that being good with words and being good with math are pretty different things. Our first question is, which one is bigger, 3.9 or 3.11? From the responses given by these language models, GPT-4o got the first reply right. Let's switch our gogo-gpt client to a 4-model window mode, so we can ask 4 language models the same question simultaneously. Give me a moment to set up the program in 4-model window mode. We're all set up in 4-model window mode. Let's go ahead and ask the same question to these models. For GPT-4o, this will be the second time it's being asked the same question. GPT-4o initially got the right answer, but gave the wrong answer on the second attempt. This highlights how sometimes it's more focused on generating a response rather than ensuring consistent accuracy. Gemini provided the correct answer and used logical reasoning to arrive at the result. The Mistral large model gave a wrong answer, oddly stating that 1 is bigger than 9. It's strange, because it used the right logic, but ended up with a mistake that feels like something a 2-year-old might make. Claude 3.5 also gave the right answer and used a similar logical process as Gemini, but explained it in a more expressive way. Now let's ask a fun question. If animals could talk, which one would be the clumsiest? This time we ask the question to 2 language models. On the left is Gemini 1.5 Pro, and on the right is GPT-4o. Here is the reply from Gemini 1.5 Pro. This is a fun hypothetical. There's no right answer. But here's my take. If we're talking pure physical clumsiness, my vote would go to the giraffe. Think about it. Long limbs, they're all legs and neck, which means lots of potential for tripping, stumbling, and generally getting tangled up. Awkward proportions. Their height might make them graceful in some ways, but imagine trying to navigate a crowded room or a dense forest with those legs. Yikes! Surprising delicateness. For all their size, giraffes are actually quite delicate and prone to injury if they fall. Can you imagine the conversations? Oh, sorry. Did I step on your foot again? These legs, I swear. Anyone seen my glasses? I think I might be standing on them. Aha! We have to admit that Gemini expressed some humor in the answer of this question. Now let's try GPT-4o with this question. He replies, if animals could talk, the blue-footed booby might have a good claim to being the clumsiest. These seabirds are famous for their bright blue feet and somewhat awkward, bumbling on land movements. Their courtship dances involve high-stepping and exaggerated movements, which can look quite clumsy and uncoordinated, even though they serve an important role in attracting mates. Another contender might be the sloth, known for its slow and sometimes seemingly uncoordinated movements, which make it occasionally miss branches and look rather ungainly. Both of these animals, despite their clumsiness, are perfectly adapted to their specific lifestyles, making their awkwardness quite endearing. We have to say, it was logical and convincing. Now let's ask language models to create a joke from the line, "Once upon a time, I got married." GPT-40 replies, once upon a time, I got married. My friends asked, was it love at first sight? I said, no. It was more like buy one, get one free on compromise and patience. Okay, I think it's not only a joke, but also expressing some helplessness about marriage. For Mistral, it replies, once upon a time, I got married. And that's when I realized that happily ever after really means we'll agree on pizza toppings 50% of the time. It also expresses that conflict is normal for marriage. For Gemini, we get error. User location is not supported for the API use. Is it a joke or a technical problem? At last, the smartest model Claude 3.5 gives us, once upon a time, I got married. I thought it would be a fairy tale, but it turned out to be more of a scary story. My wife kept complaining about a monster in the house. Then I realized she was talking about my snoring. So marriage is a scary story, really? That's all for today. Thanks for watching. gogo-gpt, the ultimate chat desktop client for Windows.